Welcome to another edition of Quack Quack Honk Designs. Well, apparently doesn't color animals this week. So anyways, we need to come up with some banners to go behind our tables. Not that our art wall that hangs all our originals isn't really cool, but we've got this sort of issue with some of the smaller shows that have like, 1 day or maybe even like day and a half sort of, actual dealing time. Because with our full setup and the big art wall and all the bins and bookmarks and prints and everything, we can be into like a 2-hour setup. Which seems a little bit ridiculous because if you also think on the other end, we're going to have another like hour and a half for breakdown. 3 hours worth of setup and breakdown on an 8-hour show is sort of a little silly. I mean, I'm sure that you all love coming and seeing our originals, and if you haven't, you really should come check us out at one of the shows. But we don't sell that many when we're only going to be there for a couple hours. That's more a big, all-weekend, 4-day show sort of thing. So I figured I'd give in and we'd do what a lot of other artists do, and we just get some banners to put up. And just, for some of these smaller shows where pretty much we historically just sell prints, we'll just bring prints. So one of the things I asked her for, because not every convention we do is furry, is something on a banner that represented her. So I guess this is a self-portrait, but I figured calling this self-portrait instead of "It's a Me." And don't sue me, Nintendo. It's not that good an impression. Oh, I really wonder if the content filters are going to flag that. But anyways, I figured "It's a Me" is a little bit better of a title for this, because it's not one of those serious self-portraits where she sat there with a mirror going, "Ah, that's me. Look how good I can do on that." But this is pretty much her cartoony human avatar. And you don't see it because I was adding it in digitally later, but the area under her elbow is going to be our logo. Cat interference. So we got this new raised drawing board after she managed to pull a muscle. Drawing. Yeah, I know. She pulled a muscle drawing. Actually, it was coloring for, 8 hours or something. But basically the profit on that piece got sort of lost by the medical bills of having to go and see a doctor about the fact that she couldn't, lift her arm or move her neck. So we got this little drawing board that tilts up at a 45-degree angle or something like that for her. But it leaves like a 2-inch lip on the front of the desk. And yet that's still enough for the cat to come by and disturb her. He is a really determined little son of a gun sometimes. Though, of course, she probably is coloring this in the late afternoon when it's time for his food anyways. So, I imagine he'll be back. Now, when I gave her free reign to make something, I really didn't expect it to take every single marker in her box to color the candy around her. I mean, not that it's a bad thing to have lots of colors in there, but this is taking a long time. I don't think she quite understands how hard it is for me to fill. Oh geez, there's 10 minutes of this? And look at that, she's coloring like little tiny dots. You can barely see those. And here I am trying to fill time over this super dramatic music. Because, I don't know, why not? I don't really think there's "I'm coloring myself" music. If there is, definitely leave it in the comments. Because I'm sort of curious what coloring yourself music would actually sound like. I suppose it's really good that we're not like super famous artists or something. Because I could see somebody looking at this and going, we should recreate this for some sort of magazine shoot. Quick, somebody make giant fake candy. At which point everybody's just going to be disappointed because it's made out of foam and plywood. It's not going to be like, hey, let's make real giant candy and then see how many kids it takes to eat it all. After all, we should do it for science. Not that these imaginary magazine executives who are profiling artists for no particular reason by making giant candy have any respect for science. I mean, they're just in it to sell imaginary magazines. Not that a lot of people buy physical magazines lately. I wonder how many people are buying digital ones. Most of the people I know who read magazines tend to do most of their reading in like the grocery store checkout line. Sort of like a waiting room, except for the fact that, you know, you're supposed to buy the magazines. Oh, more cat interference. And apparently he took out the camera. I'm pretty impressed by that, in all honesty. Though, I mean, apparently he also knocked her out of her seat or something. Because, you know, I don't see a lot of work going on here. Still waiting. You know, even at 1,500 times normal, still not that exciting when she's gone. Not that it's super exciting when she's coloring. I mean, you're watching this and I'm not judging or anything, but I mean, we could get like a unicycle, maybe some flames or something going. And she's gotten entirely too good at just coloring. I mean, I haven't even seen so much coloring outside the lines this time. It looks like there's still some white jelly beans in there. Maybe we got bored of coloring little things and decided, let's do something that looks worthwhile. It's sort of funny that, you know, given she could draw herself as anything, though I suppose she was looking for something somewhat realistic, that she went for jeans. I mean, she could have drawn herself in a ball gown, a tux, a suit. I don't know, she could have drawn herself in, you know, like a furry Viking outfit. But no, just shirt and jeans. I don't know, a furry Viking outfit would have been good. Just pelts everywhere. The big fake horned helmet. I mean, yeah, come on. At this point, we pretty much all know that's not the way that worked. But it's really more impressive than just having, like, you know, a little leather hat on or a little skull cap made out of metal. So, looking at this, I'm a little concerned that her skin is really not necessarily that peach or flesh tone. I mean, I think a lot of it has to do with sitting in a basement coloring stuff all day. I really think she could have just gone for the glow-in-the-dark paint. Probably would have been more accurate. And now we have flesh-colored hair. I suppose it's not completely flesh-colored, but starting with peach was an interesting choice. Especially considering the peach of the skin. Not that there's any, like, super good flesh-colored markers in general. I know some people manage to pull it off, but I'm never sure how. You know, I look at the box of markers and go, if I want to do something like Princess Peach, this is awesome. If I want to draw somebody as a human, not so much. So here we are with all the cheating, adding in little shinies everywhere instead of leaving stuff blank. And man, there's a lot of little shinies in this one. Little shiny spots everywhere. Once again, one giant piece of candy would have saved a lot of time here. Oh well. So we're coming up to the end of the video. So it is my time to tell you all that if you like this, hit the like button. Subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter. Probably not so much on Facebook, considering they just disabled their APIs, so we don't update there as much. But check out our website. If you want to see us in person, all of the information is on there, and you can come see us in person. And maybe we'll even have original art or these banners.